So guys, Errol Spence says that he feels that Amir Khan quit in the fight. He feels that Amir Khan was way past his best. And he said Terence Crawford did what he had to do in the ring. A lot of people now are coming out and criticizing Amir Khan about the fact that they felt he quit. Errol Spence said something interesting. He said that Amir Khan should have gone out on his shield. It wasn't good for pay-per-view because the fight was pay-per-view, and you know, to finish the fight like that was obviously left a bad taste in the fans' mouth. So he felt like Amir Khan should have come out, and you know, if he can walk, then he can still fight. So he felt like Amir Khan should have come out and fought. Again, we don't know what pain Amir Khan was feeling. Also, Amir Khan's never been a guy to quit in his whole career. So you can't really say, well, in that fight he showed weakness. This is the first time that we've seen something like that from Amir Khan. But I understand what Errol Spence is saying. Errol Spence is basically saying that, you know, that obviously the paying public, it was quite, you know, $70 is a lot of money for people that purchased the fight, and even people that were there. They were there for the main event, and for the fight to be ended like that, it obviously leaves a bad taste in the fans' mouth because they want to see more action, they want to see blood, they're there to see a great scrap. And unfortunately, that fight didn't live up to what the expectation was. It didn't live up to what, you know, the way the fight was promoted. And the reason why is probably because of what Errol Spence, the second point that Errol Spence made, which was Amir Khan's way past his best. That's probably why. Because like I said, I feel like the fight was being promoted. It was basically being promoted when Amir Khan was in his prime. So again, that Amir Khan and this Terence Crawford would have been a dynamic fight. Unfortunately, the Amir Khan that was in the ring wasn't the same fighter that we've seen in his prime. And when people refer to Amir Khan, that's the Amir Khan we think about, the one that was in his prime. I think anybody that knows their boxing and that's seen Amir Khan, and Errol Spence has obviously seen Amir Khan's career, he knew straight away that this is not Amir Khan at his best. This is a guy that's probably well past he's had his good years and he's well past that. And you could see that in the performance, because I've said this before, no fighter, even Crawford in his prime, couldn't do that to him. It just wouldn't have happened. But the reason why he was able to do that to him, because Amir Khan was a lot slower, his legs were a lot weaker, and Terence Crawford ran away with it in the end, unfortunately for Amir Khan. But I do think that if Amir Khan wants to continue his career, he's gonna have to, you know, pick and select his fights carefully. In terms of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, Errol Spence said Terence Crawford did what he had to do. Hopefully these two can now get it on, because this is the fight a lot of the world wants to see. The public wants to see this fight. I'm not sure whether this fight is going to get made, if I'm honest with you, because you know, promoters and Bob Arum's you know, the way he lashed out at Al Heyman, I can't see, you know, the fight being made anytime soon, unfortunately, because of what Bob Arum said, the things that he said. And a lot of these guys in America take things very personally, so you can't really see that fight getting done anytime soon. It looks like Spence is going to fight Sean Porter. Hopefully after that, if he was to unify the title, right, if Spence was to beat Porter, then hopefully we could get a Crawford-Spence fight. But however, you'd probably like to see Spence fight the winner of maybe Pacquiao-Furman to become a 3-belt holder, and then maybe the Crawford fight becomes a massive fight, be undisputed, because it doesn't look like Crawford's going to be able to unify the belts. Very unlikely, because I don't think they're going to work together. I think if Spence was to beat everybody and get all the belts, and then there's only one belt left, and I think then the Crawford fight becomes a very intriguing fight. I think until then, Crawford may be left out in the dry, and he may have to keep digging out opponents from somewhere, because it seems like the PBC guys are not going to want to work. They're not going to work with him. Now, I think if I was Bob Arum, I would prepare a huge offer for Danny Garcia, a huge offer. I'm talking $8-9 million, something like that, to fight Terence Crawford. You know, it'd be for a title, because at the end of the day, you know, he needs to get the money out there to fight. You know, if he's going to sell a pay-per-view fight, because he's going to sell Terence Crawford on pay-per-view, and Amir Khan was a big enough name for him to sell on pay-per-view. The problem is, I don't think anybody else. I think Danny Garcia would be big enough for a pay-per-view, but I don't think any other fight would. So yeah, guys, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think of what Errol Spence had to say. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.